Excuse me, those who are able to, can you please stand for Melva's family?
Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like me to go over everything. They say the time's supposed to heal you, but I ain't done much. Hello, can you hear me? I'm in California dreaming about who we used to be when we were younger and free. I've forgotten how it felt before the world fell at our feet. There's such a difference between us and a million miles. Hello, how are you?
Thank you, be seated.
It's so typical of me to talk about myself. I hope that you're well. Did you ever make it out of that town again? It's no secret that the both of us are running out of time.
On. I was a bit distracted actually by there's this beautiful dress in the front row. Did you choose your dress, Layla? Oh, you look beautiful. I hope everyone gets a chance to see it today. It's amazing. You look so gorgeous. You look special for your Nana. Every songbird has its own unique song, and yours is my favourite. Would my first steps be as hasty, if not for its tempo? Would my spirits be as high, if not for its key? Your song walked with me as I grew up, like an underscore lifting me, and I have always listened, and I always will. For no matter how quiet your tune gets, as the years go on and time passes, even if it fades out to a gentle hum, the echo of your melody will continue to guide me and shape me into the person that I will become. So, although you aren't here to sing it, the beat of your song will continue in our hearts. Its steady rhythm will keep us on track. And now, every time I hear a songbird song, I will think of you and I will sing back. Those are the words of Georgia Lowndes, and those words that I chose to lead Melva's service for the love, the care, stability and shaping she gave to her children, her grandchildren, and the children that she cared for as her own. Good afternoon and welcome to each of you, and I include family and friends that join us today or in the days ahead on the live stream link. Distance at a time of loss can feel magnified, but please know you are carried with us every word and sentiment of Melva's service too, and no more so than grandsons Greg in London, and Tanara in Perth, and the now adults that Melva's family looked after and as the family home children. And I know for sure we have Linda Devlin and Nelson with us. To each of you, we send our love out to you as we know you will be sending yours here for Melva and for your family, and I thank you. My name is Tania Bishop. It's a privileged role to be a funeral celebrant, to walk with a family at one of life's most precious times, but to stand here today for my Auntie Melva is something I will hold on to for all my life. Thank you, Colin, and thank you to my cousins for allowing me this deep space of honour. I bring my heart full of love for and because of Auntie Melva, and I bring it too for each of you. Melva was admitted to the Otago Community Hospice on her 82nd birthday, July the 17th, and she passed away just shy of a week later. Her heart had earned its rest. Just as a wee side note, her birth date is 1942. She will be absolutely stoked. We've recorded it as 43 on her bookmark. She loved being a year younger, and Shona can remember around her 80th, she delighted that she was going to be 79 until Shona crushed her and told her it was actually 80. So we've got off to a good start, and she wouldn't want us to waste those bookmarks, so it remains on there as 43. Thank you to the hospice staff, from the doctor to the nurses to the friendly faces at reception to the ever-obliging kitchen staff and all. They each delivered care of the deepest and most profound. This made an unbearable time a precious time. That level of care from incredible people was present in Melva's life over many years, from her care from the Milton Medical Centre team and the Milton District nurses. You are the most wonderful people, and I thank you for all you do and all you did for Melva. Over the last week, there has also been a flood of kindness and support sent to the family. Workplaces, friends, colleagues, family, community, beautiful flowers, food, messages with words of comfort and treasured memories have been sent. And your support has been offered in any way, in lots and varying ways. It's been a plenty, and it has been received and felt with all the intent it has been given with, and I thank you. Thank you for being here today. Some of you travelling to be here, but whether you are from just up the road or afar, we are all here with our core love and a focus for Melva, and for that I thank you on behalf of your family. I feel like it's more appropriate. In fact, I think Auntie Melva would be willing me to say an extended thank you for not only today, but bigger than just this one day, to say thank you for your friendship, your laughter, your love and life that you gave her throughout her life. So I thank you for that too. She loved this community. She loved her Housey friends. Goodness knows how, but she managed to make it to Housey just the other week. She was so poorly, and yet she felt better after that outing. And it might have been because she won a line and a house, and she also took out the raffle that night. She loved her bowling family, she loved her friends, but most of all she adored her family. Family for most of us includes a ring-fenced group of relatives, but for Melva's family, her fence had a big gate that was wide open, and people flowed in. Her family started big. She was one of 11. Then on top of her own 3 children that grew their own families, she ran the family home, which had 11 big beds that filled and refilled over her years. So today, I guess, as I speak of family, I speak that all have been, all that are, and all that remain part of Melva's heart and care. To you, Colin, we come today to honour and hold our meaning for Melva, but alongside that we bring our love and support to you. It was quite amazing, it was incredible, hearing you speak of what you called your inheritance when you and Melva became a duo. At 53 years old, you became a husband, a father and a grandfather all in one hit. And you shared this was the biggest delight ever. Your small family grew en masse. And hearing that, it made me realise that you and Melva had another similarity. The more the merrier, the more the better life becomes. But today, all our love and support to you, Colin. To Murray and Shona, to Wayne, where are you, Wayne? To Wayne, to Kim and Ross, all our love to each of you in the days and weeks and months ahead. You have each learned the value of care, community, and the value of people from your mum. And like your mum, you know this, and you each action this in various ways in your lives, and I think that's pretty cool. It's a true legacy of good humanity handed down. So I thank each of you. It's a delight to become a grandparent, and this Nana knew this 7 times over. To Michelle, Greg, Tanara, Sam, Rory, Lockie and Layla. Layla, I'm so glad because Michelle was feeling really lonely being surrounded by only boys, so it's great to have 2 granddaughters. So love and hugs to you lucky 7. You are each wonderful grandchildren. You've stayed connected to your Nana and to Granddad Colin, and for this I thank each of you. To the Weiber family, the Field family and the Heads, may your time shared with Melva cast a smile your way, or possibly even a bout of laughter as she would hope for, and may that chuckle help lift the heaviness of your loss too. When we come into a space like here and now, our people we have loved and lost before today sit forefront in our hearts and minds, just where they should be. We love all our precious people, as big in absence as we did in life forever, and as we now will with Melva. After Melva's service, please stay on for a cuppa and refreshments, and this will just be a really lovely chance to catch up with family. And by the number of you here, and knowing quite a lot of you, there will be some good chat, some good banter, because I know you're pretty great at that. So please do stay on, and this is also your time to share any happy fun times and memories of Melva amongst and with each other. She loved nothing better than having a laugh, and she was pretty witty at making a laugh. In fact, she never even stopped doing this. In her last days at the hospice, she was still on fire. Her doctor came in and introduced a 5th-year medical student, and he politely double-checked with Melva if it was okay if the student observed. Melva's reply, "He can definitely stay, he's cute." But we're not quite sure if this threw the student, as the next day he called in sick. Well, I'm going to leave you for a bit on that note, because Kim is going to pick up on her mum's lifetimes and story, and I'm sure there'll be a few more giggles to come, Kimmy.
Thank you, everybody. It's so wonderful to see so many faces here. And I'll do my best. Melva Ann Heads, nee Weiber, was born 17th of July 1942, the 8th child of Gordon and Vera Weiber, born in Milton. Melva is from a family of 11. Gwen Rogan, Oliver Weiber, Gerald Weiber, Noreen Everest, Joy Wilson, Paddy Walker, Ian Weiber, Marilyn Taylor, Barry Weiber and Lynn Bishop. She was named after her auntie Melva on her mother's side. Her mum lived in Milton all her life. Some childhood stories. Mum shared her bed with 2 of her sisters, Marilyn and Lynn, and for warmth they heated up the brick to put in the bed with them. Lynn recalls she always wanted to be in the middle for the back tickles, because you always got a turn. And other times they topped and tailed. She started her schooling at Tupawiti School until the teacher decided she was going to hold her back one year. So she took it upon herself at 10 years young to take her siblings, Barry, Marilyn and Lynn, to the other Milton school and enrolled them there. No one was going to hold her back, and this was a bit of a theme for Mum throughout her life. Her sporting achievements started early as she received her first trophy at 12 years young for hockey. When Mum was heading out courting, Lynn and Marilyn would want to tag along, pleading with her to take them. She wasn't having a bar of that, and they were told abruptly to go home. Mum first met Dad at Tokamouth. She was asked to babysit for a family staying at the beach, and they were introduced. It was an instant friendship that soon developed to love and marriage. They had been trying for a family, and this wasn't coming to them easily. Mum was born to nurture and care for others, and it was in her DNA, so they explored adoption. This was when Murray arrived into the family, their first son, and soon after, Wayne, their second son, came along. They were instantly besotted with their boys and were content on this being their family. A few years after, they were pleasantly surprised when they were blessed with me. Arriving on the eve of a new year, a baby girl, I believe there was an almighty shout at the pub that night with Dad stopping in there on the way home from the maternity ward. Uncle Stan was there too, as Carol, Dad's cousin, had also given birth to Raymond. Then he continued back to the beach to wet the baby's head, and I believe there were a lot of sore heads the next day. Mum worked at the woolen mills like most people in those early days. Her friend Colleen Wyber, Neve Ford, were great chums, and their friendship grew. Colleen became family when her and Ian started courting and soon married. Mum also worked at the local hospital, demonstrating her caring skills by helping out there with the patients. She left work to look after her own mum, and then after Vera passed away, Mum and Dad moved to High Street. When Gordy, Mum's dad, became poorly, they took over from Lynn and John to care for him and moved the family into the Wyber family home. The caring and nurturing of others is a common thread throughout Mum's life. In the early days, our holidays were at Tokamouth. The crib was the central hub together, where there were many barbecues, hangi, and card games played into the wee hours of the morning. When Mum and Dad took on the family home, caring for not only their own children, but up to 11 in total in the home, a bunk room was built at the beach, so that everyone was included. It was a fun, safe and family atmosphere where we all had wonderful memories of beach life. At the family home, there were some children that stayed long term at the home and some only for a short term. There were some characters and some challenges during their time at the home, but through love and caring, they provided a safe, busy and happy home for many. Mum took things in her stride, and one evening when one of the boys was threatening to leave home, he had his bag packed and was waiting at the front door. It was right on dinner time, and he was saying repeatedly, "I'm going to run away." Mum didn't skip a beat, calling to his bluff by saying, "Okay, well, you'll miss out on your dinner." As quick as anything, 10 hands went up in the dining room asking, "Can I have his pudding?" Unfortunately, not much sympathy was shown from anyone, and he only made it to the bottom of the driveway before he thought better of it and returned home. Mum taught us resilience and determination. She had amazing strength and was brave. She had many challenges that faced her, particularly when Dad was taken so suddenly. We saw this resilient nature as she nurtured my brothers and I all through this time with grit and purpose. She soldiered on for a few years with the support of the love of her family and friends. She had her interest in playing golf was something that she enjoyed and did pretty good at, until another widower, Thelma Taylor, took Mum to indoor bowls. And this is where she met Colin. He saw her natural ability of the sport and soon after invited her to join him to play some tournaments, and things rolled from there. Mum was still playing golf and Colin caddied the odd game for her. Unfortunately, one game he didn't make it to and Mum got run over by a golf trolley. So she gave golf away and focused on the bowls, both indoor and outdoor. The courtship subtly continued. One afternoon, Colin picked Mum up from her home to go to bowls. At the time, Lynn and John were living there as they were building a house. Lynn thought that they were just playing bowls together, but when he returned her home, Lynn was out in the woodshed filling the wood basket. She didn't want to come out and be seen, so she stayed in the woodshed, thinking Mum would be out of the car rather quickly. But after some time, she soon learned that it was just a simple drop-off, as they spent some time getting acquainted. Lynn was too embarrassed to show herself and was relieved once Mum finally went indoors. Of course, Mum was in hysterics when she learnt her sister was shut and all that time in the woodshed. Colin, who had been a bachelor for 53 years, popped the question and Mum gladly accepted. Colin, who came from a small immediate family consisting of his mum, dad and brother, not only gained a wife, but all her siblings, her in-laws, the Field family, 3 children and sometime later grandchildren. He describes this as his reward. We describe him as the ultimate gift to their family. Colin recalls a time in their relationship when he invited her to a Lions Club car rally. Mum was the navigator. Well, that didn't end very successfully, as they ended up in Lawrence and were meant to be at the Moneymore Hall. When they finally arrived, they were greeted with a rendition of "Show Me the Way to Go Home." Mum joined Colin with his role in the Lions Club. This involved many meetings all around the district. She went to a few of them, but she wasn't one for being centre of attention, and she was a bit of a homebody. Colin lessened his duties and scaled down his role to be closer to home and to focus on bowls and Mum. Mum and Colin enjoyed holidays together as they went overseas a few times. But sadly, on the last trip, Mum's fear of flying was increasing and couldn't get back on the plane for the last leg from Christchurch to Dunedin, and they ended up taking the train home. From then on, they enjoyed some bus trips all around New Zealand and met some wonderful people all over the country. Mum was a JP for some time and took this responsibility seriously. To become a JP, you are known as an upstanding member of the community, and Mum was easily selected for this role. The responsibilities became a bit too much, so she resigned from the role after a few years. Mum always looked on the bright side of life. She would often be telling us, "Play the glad game." We've all strived to follow this philosophy in life, along with her acceptance of others, as we have taught to accept all people and embrace any differences. Her grandchildren describe her as loving, caring, generous and kind. They enjoyed having sleepovers, especially having spa baths. She was honest, sometimes bluntly. Michelle recalls, "Your hair looks nice, but I prefer it down." A straight shooter. Her freezer was always stocked with Eskimo pie ice creams. Making Nutella sandwiches were allowed, and her yummy cheese rolls. Rory chose these for Christmas lunch one day. They were all taken down to the bowling green for a roll-up, and the McDonald boys all competed with her in social bowls, taking out the odd title a few times. Mum was so proud of all her grandchildren, always keen to catch up with what was happening in their lives. Mum liked to have a flutter and loved her scratchies. She religiously kept her lotto up to date, and one time Sam recalls Ross ringing to say he was on his way to pick him up from Nana's and to wait outside for him. He and Mum went out onto the street to wait, and they decided to have a bet on which direction he would come. Sam had said he would come up Spencer Street, coming from the south. Well, Mum thought she had a sure thing, as Ross always came from the north. So she put an easy $5 for the win. Well, to Mum's horror, and Aunt Sam's absolute delight, Ross turned from the south, and Ross got the Melva steer that day. Mum also loved housing. She attended every year at the annual Tokumouth event, always winning something, and took out the big super house a few times. She also came here to the club every fortnight for housing and was also a frequent winner. She loved her housing and her housing friends. One of Mum's main attributes was her sense of humour. This was evident to the very end. She was quick-witted and funny, which is another trait she has shared with us. Family gatherings are always filled with fun and laughter, especially when the Weiber girls get together. They have a distinct laugh. Some of us cousins have inherited that. Mum was an avid reader. A few months ago, she purchased a Kindle, and the first book she purchased was the Bridgerton series. And one of her last trips to hospital, we were all there visiting, and we had to help her find the page that she was on. And she was determined to finish it. We were all firmly told, I'm not leaving this earth until I've finished this series. I assure you, she did finish it. Last year, for her birthday, she wanted to go to a unique bookstore in Dunedin. It had one of those chair lifts to get to the top of the stairs. She thought this was pretty neat, riding this. At the top of the stairs, there was a mannequin of an elderly gentleman. She asked me to take a photo beside him so she could show Colin her new boyfriend. As I was taking the photo, she leaned over and gave the mannequin a mischievous peek on the cheek. She giggled all the way back down the chairlift because she couldn't wait to show Colin. I had that here, Colin. We are so sure the Mills and Burns Company will be puzzled to why they will have a drop in sales from now on. To conclude, I would like to finish with these words. I stand, O Lord, with hand on heart, and ask you now to do your part. I've sent my wood from centre line, I know the green I chose is fine. Now let your word be true, O hear me as I pray. Scatter thou mine enemies, make a path where there is no way. Guiding on a righteous track, place it, Lord, upon the jack. Amen.
You are amazing. Maybe not amazing printing that photo, Kim, but amazing standing up here. I know writing that and getting through that is huge, and you were worried about that, but to do it for your mum on this tough day is incredible. So it seems appropriate for an early childhood educator that a little Winnie the Pooh quote popped into my head when you told me you were going to stand up here and deliver your mum's story today. You might know it, but it goes like this, and it's for you. You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. And the next bit I think matters the most, and it says, but the most important thing is even when we're apart, I'll always be with you. Thank you, Kimmy. Are you going, Colin? Okay. I will invite you and wrap my heart around you, Colin, to come on up. You're such a good storyteller too.
Melva would be very proud to see the crowd that's turned out today. Well, all the secrets are out now about the family, but just a few days ago, Melva asked me to tell this story. It involved a cousin of mine from Oamaru and my mother, Melva. And they remember the threads of the story.
Your cousin told your mother.
Oh yes, my cousin come down from Oamaru to meet her aunt, and as she did often. And the cousin asked, how are the indoor bowls going? And cousin Audrey represented North Otago. And she said, you know, I can put my 4 bowls on the tea towel. And Mum said to her, that's strange. She says, I know a person that can put her 4 bowls on a handkerchief. That was my mother. She spoke out loud and that was it. But it's certainly not the cousin bag. I'm pleased today to see some of my friends from the care group, and I can only say that on the Tuesday and Thursday of each week, it was respite care to me, because watching Melva fade away wasn't funny. And I'm grateful though of the family I've won, the Fields and the McDonalds, and they've been a great support to me over the last few weeks. Thank you all once again.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you for bringing your heart up here. And I know that this community will have theirs wrapped around you in the days and months ahead. Very well deserved. Beautiful words. I now invite Graham Hill, the president of the Milton Bowling Club, to come forward and share his words. Thank you, Graham.
Hi, I'm Graham Hill, president of Milton Bowling Club and South Otago Bowls. Kim rang up the other day to see if I could say a few words. So Friday morning, spent most of the time over at the bowling club, going around the walls, trying to find out what she'd done. Melva started bowls at the young age of 45 at the Milton Women's Bowling Club in 1987-88 season. In 1991-92 she won her first Milton singles title and went on to win 25 more club titles over 37 years. There were 2 in the singles, 7 in the pairs, 7 in the triples and 10 in the fours. Going by the Bowling Bible, which is a South Otago booklet, Melva won 8 centre titles for South Otago, and the game started with the Open Singles in 1997. In 2000 and 2005, she won the Open Fours. 2007, she won both the Open Pairs and Triples. 2008 and 2009, she won the Champion Fours. And in 2010, she also won Champion Singles. So you can see she's a very capable and competitive bowler over the years. Melva was a Milton selected for the Inter Club for many years and was always available to lend a hand with afternoon tea for Inter Club on Saturdays and in the kitchen for any other catering duties. Both Melva and Colin were loyal supporters of any finals held in later years and even the men's evening games. Melva, you will be sorely missed.
Yes, thank you, Graham. Quite a collation of achievements there, and it'll be lovely to come to the club and see Melva's name around the walls. Amazing, thank you, and I acknowledge your loss at the club. Jane Bishop is a neighbour. She's on the same shared property as Melva and Colin, but she is also a friend because of that, and I welcome you, Jane.
We've got a helper. Hey. Hello. What's your name? What's your name?
For those that don't know me, I worked with Kimmy at TALP for a number of years, and she's also a very good friend. So Melva would pop her head in over there from time to time at TALP, and that's when I first met her. But about 4 years ago, I was in need of a place to live, so Colin and Melva just happened to have the flat available, both helpful and generous people. Thank you. Melva always took a genuine interest in me and my family's well-being, and when Melody, who was just over here, was born, she's my granddaughter, she was so excited for us and doted on her. She's a true, genuine, heartfelt community lady. And on the way over here today, this afternoon, we were explaining to Melody about how we wouldn't physically see Melva anymore, but she was like, oh, so, but she'll be in the stars, in the sky, and that's where we will see her. I said my personal farewell to you, Melva, yesterday, and this next bit is something I wrote the day of your passing when I got Kimmy's message. Melva, motherly energy, loving, victorious, and an attitude of can-do. My birthday buddy, a kindred spirit, you made another cycle around the sun, always showing strength, or was it stubbornness? I'll miss our candid chats, laughing out loud with you. We'll forever be grateful for your spirited presence in our lives, your warm grace and embrace. You always cared deeply for others. Your physical presence has departed. Your spirit lives on with your loved ones who will treasure you forever. Rest well, dear Melva.
Thank you, Jane. What beautiful words. I can clearly see why you and Melva connected and became friends, and especially with that wee Melody when she came along. Thank you so much for standing up here today. It was handed to me just earlier too, an apology which I'd like to read, and it comes from Clara Vija. Hello. Would you please pass on our family condolences to Melva Head's family? Sorry we are unable to attend her funeral, but would like to pass on our sympathy and thoughts and prayers. May she rest in peace. The Vija family, Elizabeth and Clara in Balclutha. Thank you. They may be watching online, so I hope you hear my thanks on the family's behalf. The family have poured over photos, and it was a bit of a tall order because there seemed to be a lot of family photos, as you would guess from a big family, but not so many with Melva. But they've managed to, she obviously was on the other end of the camera or shying away from it, I'm not sure. But they've managed to put together a collection of photos sharing parts of Melva's life, and this will just be a really lovely visual now to some of the times and people that we've heard about, so please enjoy.
I'm only human. I'm just a woman. Help me believe in what I could be and all that I am. Show me the stairway I have to climb. Lord, for my sake, teach me to take one day at a time. One day at a time, sweet Jesus, that's all I'm asking of you. Just give me the strength to do every day what I have to do. Yesterday's gone, sweet Jesus, and tomorrow may never be mine. Lord, help me today, show me the way, one day at a time. Do you remember when you walked among men? Well, Jesus, you know, if you're looking below, it's worse now than then. Pushing and shoving and crowding my mind. So for my sake, teach me to take one day at a time. One day at a time, sweet Jesus, that's all I'm asking of you. Just give me the strength to do every day what I have to do. Yesterday's gone, sweet Jesus, and tomorrow may never be mine. Lord, help me today, show me the way, one day at a time. Lord, help me today, show me the way, one day at a time.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burdened be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be. Just like a flower when winter begins, just like a candle blown out in the wind, just like a bird that can no longer fly. I'm feeling that way sometimes. But then as I'm falling way down by the load, I picture a light at the end of the road, and closing my eyes I can see through the dark the dream that is in my heart. A little loving, a little giving, to build a dream for the world we live in. A little patience and understanding for our tomorrow. A little peace, a little sunshine, a sea of gladness to wash away all the tears of sadness. A little hoping, a little praying for our tomorrow. A little peace. I feel I'm a leaf in the November snow. I fell to the ground, there was no one below. So now I am helpless, alone with my song, just wishing the storm was gone. A little loving, a little giving, to build a dream for the world we live in. A little patience and understanding for our tomorrow. A little peace, a little sunshine, a sea of gladness to wash away all the tears of sadness. A little hoping, a little praying for our tomorrow. A little peace. We are feathers on the breeze. Sing with me my song of peace. We are feathers on the breeze. Sing with me my song of peace.
That was excellent. You did well getting that collection. And what a wonderful afternoon this far. And I take a moment to credit today to Colin, Kim, Murray and Wayne and your families, because you have stepped up together at the toughest of tough times to make today personal and pretty perfect. So please know you have each honoured your mum, your wife, your nana with your words, your efforts and music chosen, the photos that you carefully selected to represent family, fun and friendship, and your detail to writing your mum's lifetimes and so much more. There is so much asked of people at a time like this, but you have been incredible as this is all asked of you amidst life's toughest emotion, grief. And that's an emotion that can swamp us and sneak up on us. It's an emotion that is the flip of the best emotion. It's the emotion that's the flip of love. So to everyone that sits heavy with sadness and grief, please hold tight to these two things, especially on the tough days. Auntie Melva felt complete in life, and she spoke of her acceptance of her end of life. And that's pretty brave, and it was no doubt spoken of to give comfort, the comfort that it does give us. And secondly, grief is now a precious personal ownership stemming from love and life with Melva, and that is something you never would have swapped a day of, as she would not have either. So please hold on to those two things. Melva had shared a couple of wishes for this day, and both were around music. She loved the hymn in the garden, and she wanted us to sing it today. But as Melva stepped up for family and embraced family, the hymn today will be sung for her by family. You may wish to join in though, especially the chorus, it's catchy. But today I wrap heart around Mel Field and Carolyn Clough, Neefield, Melva's nieces, to sing today their auntie's chosen hymn in the garden.
Tells me I am his own, and the joy
as we tarry there, none other has ever known. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. My goodness, how beautiful. I'm sort of glad nobody sang. It was amazing. Although the fields could have sang, but maybe not the Wybers. Just saying. They have other talents. That was beautiful. Thank you so much, Mel and Carolyn. We won't ever forget that happening today and you doing that today for Auntie Melva. Amazing. May you please be upstanding if you can. Auntie Melva, we thank you for your life and your life that cared for family, your big, wide-reaching family. You knew life in all its forms, and from this you knew what mattered. Care, acceptance, generosity, some stubbornness and humour. But all of this allowed us to have an ease in your company and especially know and feel your love. You are loved and you will never be forgotten for all you meant to each of us. We will hold tight our time shared and we will smile and laugh because of these. Thank you for just being you to so many people, especially young ones whose mum you became, and especially young ones whose nana you were. You led from your heart as a daughter, sister, wife, mum, nana, and friend, and every person and moment in between. So today it is us that send you with all our hearts full for you, all the precious you. May you rest now in peace with all whom light your way. May you rest in love until we may meet again. Rest in love, Melva and Heads. Auntie Melva. Auntie Melva's final wish was to have the bagpipes played. She had learned to go to sleep as a young girl when her father practiced playing his pipes in the hall outside her bedroom. So Melva will leave us under her wishes with the pipes playing, as I leave each of you too with a Scottish blessing, one that seems to speak of Auntie Melva. If there is righteousness in the heart, there will be beauty in the character. If there is beauty in the character, there will be harmony in the home. If there is harmony in the home, there will be order in the nation. And if there is order in the nation, there will be peace in our world. So let it be. Thank you.
Pallbearers, please. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. That's the 4, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Your hands are wrong.
Yeah, I know, that's why I'm facing that way.
I know, right?
Yeah, we'll come over and see me.
Look at you. What are you?
I'm 21.
Actually, that was
one day I was talking to Wendy and I said, oh yeah, no. Then I Melva, I said, oh yeah, that's just Linda. And so then I got their phone numbers and they shared phone numbers and they were ringing each other.
I've got better looking, eh?
Yeah.
This way. Fuck her up. Stop it. There's a camera there. Say Melva, get a cosmic from here.
Wow.
She'll turn around and talk to the ticket. She'll be like, this way.
Hold it like that. I want to go up to take this for weeks and I don't want to go up to
Where are the kids? He was. Sam tried to.
Yeah, Buddha. They're just a cool Buddha.
Women there for you.
Computer sometime.
The net starts up well for you.
Let's try to do blank.
How many? You're up. See, mate?
You want to push the switch?
Yep. Yeah, it's cruising out. Wait!
Wait.
Same body, no, it's just going to die off. Okay, that's fine.
After you give me a kiss. It's me, yeah.
No, if I didn't get you, they all hold you down. Come on, you say that. Kick me.
Say it, that's cute about it.
No, why?